Hey guys, welcome to Bullets and Brass. Today we're just doing a state of the rifle, so to speak. This is my What Would Stoner Do build. And there have been a few changes since the last time we kind of did a full go-over of the rifle. Nothing drastic other than the optic, which we've already talked about in other videos. But, you know, some little stuff. I figured I would go over it. And also, as just a fresh video of where we're at. Now, I have the Geisley Airborne charging handle. Sorry, since that probably took over. The Geisley Airborne charging handle. I love it. It is nice and short side to side, but still plenty big enough to get your fingers on. I don't really have any trouble doing that. Even with the optic on there, there's room to get under there. From the side, it's easy. You can also do the blade hand. The blade hand works. It's a nice charging handle that doesn't get in your way. For those who weren't here for the initial build videos, this is the M4E1 receiver from Aero Precision. It is a slightly updated modern take on the original receiver. It's got some nice features that are a little different from the normal receiver. Starting with the top rail is the edges of the rail, and then it's indented in the middle. That makes sure that your device seats properly. Other things, let's see if I can show it. There is a little set screw right there that captures your forward assist. It is, I don't want to say groundbreaking, but it is. In terms of putting an upper receiver together, there's really only a couple things that are involved, and one of them is getting the forward assist in, and that pin is normally a pain in the butt. It's easy enough to lock tight. It's not something that's going to walk loose. Really, there's no downside. It costs them a tiny bit more in production costs, but they're still competitively priced. They don't do anything about the ejection door, traditional setup. It's a little more angular. Just, they changed the look of it a little bit. I like it. It's not for everybody. It's not a traditional look. I think it looks good. I have not any mechanical problems. This rifle has been absolutely rock solid. The bolt in here is the American Defense, what is it? Premium nitrided. Also, perfect. I have not had any issues. I've probably got 1,000 rounds through this now, maybe a little more, between me and a friend, or 2 or 3. And it's not a huge round count, but it's enough that if there were going to be problems, they would have started showing up by now. We fired Wolf, we fired M193, 855, a bunch of hand loads. What else we got? The Odinworks M2 Lite rail. I wasn't sure about this when I got it. It's recessed along here for weight and for a nice slim grip. Flat along the bottom. I wasn't sure. The openings are a little big. You can get your pinky in there. I mean, but in use, haven't had any problems. I put the BCM M-Lock rail covers on there. I like them. I've been using them on a couple rifles. I think that they're, for the money, the best option. There are some more expensive options that are pretty premium, pretty nice. They're expensive. These really thin, really light, they work. They don't add any significant size to the grip. They're nothing special, but they work. They do the job. The rail went on even. I didn't have any issues getting it spaced. Any issues with it loosening up. The barrel nut system worked fine. Again, no problems. let's see what else we got. I've still got this guy, which is the Q Cherry Bomb muzzle device. It is meant to be for a suppressor. It is a great system for a suppressor. I could not get the adapter for my suppressor to fit this. There's people that say they make them. You know, they don't answer their email, and there's nothing listed on their website. So, oh well. What I ended up doing is I went with SD Tax muzzle device, the Mini Titan, because they could sell me the adapter for my suppressor. Nice and simple. It really, I mean, it came down to that. They could sell me the product that I needed right then. No back and forth 5 times on email and waiting 6 months. We just did it. So I have that. I need to get a shim kit to put it on. I goofed and bought only 5/8 inch shim kits for the 308 and 300 Blackout and 6.5 Creedmoor. Did not get any 1/2 inch shim kits. Oh well. And supply right now is tough. It's hard to get stuff. So that's on my list, on my wish list, and I'll get this converted over, and I'll be able to run my suppressor on this. So yeah, a second suppressor is probably in the plans. Probably not a dedicated one. It'll probably be another 30 caliber can, and same adapter system, so I can just have 2 and put them on 2 different rifles. I may make that one a little smaller and lighter. I don't need the 8-inch can all the time. I may do a 6-inch setup. So, what else we got? Have not done a new safety. I've still got the traditional safety. Getting the safety out of these is risky. You can actually break the polymer. I decided it wasn't worth it. I think it would be great to have it. I wasn't willing to spend the money and risk losing it. What else we got? The optic. Done some videos on it. Done some other talking about it. I really like it. This is the ACSS from Primary Arms Gold 2X. So their GLX line. They are specifically calling this the CQB M5 reticle. Now, I don't know what the scoop is on how they name them. It is a 5.56 308 reticle. And they say also for 5.45 by 39. So basically the high-speed reticle, as opposed to the 300 Blackout or 7.62 by 39. This is the one for things that are going fast. And it works. I can't stress it enough. The view through this is bright, it's clear, it is very crisp, it is just beautiful to work with. I'm in love with it. This right here, worth the money. I'm not shopping mini dots anymore. I'm gonna put one of these on my SBR. So I've got 2 AR receivers, and I got multiple uppers, and my SBR is a 300 Blackout upper that I use 90% of the time. That if I grab an AR, it's this or that one. And anything else, any other upper setup is once in a blue moon. I'm going to put the 300 Blackout version on that rifle. And in that case, that's where it's going to live. Like this one, the upper comes off and gets swapped out. I don't swap out my SBR. It lives as an SBR in 300 Blackout. It's that good. It replaces a red dot for me. It replaces a low power optic. I think the time it doesn't is when you really needed an 8X. You know, you're shooting 200 yards at a small target. You're shooting at 400 yards, and you've got to know which, you know, there's like a shoot, no shoot. Okay, yeah, you got to have something. A little more magnification. The clarity's there, you just need a little more magnification. Or maybe you don't if you got young eyes. So, what else? What else have we done? You've got the MBT, LaRue MBT trigger. That's not new. That's been on here since I did this build. Just figured I'd mention it. What else? I think that's it, guys. I don't have anything weird, you know, for my bolt release or mag release. I haven't done anything else to the rifle. I do have a sling for this. It's just the, again, primary arms. They're convenient. I shop there a lot. It's the cheap primary arms one, padded though. I just don't leave it on the rifle. I use this rifle for a lot of different stuff, usually off the bench. The sling just gets in the way. So if I'm gonna do something where the sling makes sense, I put it on. Otherwise I take it off. Really what I should do is drill a hole and put a Magpul cup in. So I've got a quick detach at both ends. I just haven't done it. Priorities, for as often as I put a sling on it, I just don't care. But that is it. As you can see, we're at my reloading bench. Trying to figure out how I'm gonna do videos down here. The setup for this is actually very awkward. It's not a great space for shooting video, but it's a little better than the fireplace in terms of backdrop for shooting video, right? Kind of makes sense. So I may figure something out. The dehumidifier just gurgled loudly. I don't know if that's going to show up on the video. So let me know what you think of the background. Let me know if you have any questions about this guy or anything else. I am open to video ideas. Please, nothing that's going to cost me a fortune. I'm not making any money off these videos at this point. I'm sure as hell not getting any sponsorship from anybody. I know I mentioned Primary Arms a lot. I have no affiliation with them other than as a customer. I spend a fair bit of money, nothing crazy, but of my budget, a good percentage of my shooting budget gets spent at Primary Arms. So that is it. State of the rifle. I'll be getting the Mini Titan on here so I can suppress this. Otherwise, it's a Faxon gas tube or gas port. I don't remember whose gas tube it was. It's a standard gas tube, nothing special. It's just been a good rifle. No issues. The lower parts kit was God only knows. I built this lower like 9 years ago. And maybe more. And I don't know whose parts kit I used. It would have been a decent brand. It wouldn't have been junk, but it probably wasn't super premium. I wasn't a big, spend a bunch of money on it at that point. I was just trying to get it done because they were banning stuff left and right. So, take care, have fun, stay safe, you guys. Don't go crazy with the quarantine. Let me know what you think about this for a background. I mean, I'm gonna figure out a better angle, some better lighting. I mean, the lighting isn't actually bad for me. I think I could do better without that. That's the reflection of my light that is going up to the ceiling and back down, but that's the direct view. I gotta figure that out. So let me know. It's an idea. It'll motivate me to keep my rear loading bench mostly clean. I tend to get lazy about that, and I clean off the area I'm working in and move on. Say hi. Oof. Oof. Oof.